How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Brawl here in the arena today. Keep Teferi Time Raveler. I wanted to build a deck that main purpose was to cast sorcery at instant speed. Our hand does not really support that at the moment, but we do have a lot of sorceries on the deck, and there's one of them. And our goal is to cast them. Although it depends on what our opponent does, because our opponent is a Urza deck. And Urza is quite good against our commander because, well, she in this case, basically stops us from, it creates two bodies when it comes down. The second body is the best in terms of stats, but the first body has just a wall of text and abilities that make it the only real option for removal. And the end result therein is that we're getting double counters. No, okay, well, let's give that back. Problem against blue decks is that we didn't really build in too much anti-counter support. We, in fact, don't have any counter spells of our own. So if the counter war happens, we lose it, probably. Probably? Yeah, probably. I wish I could cast Time Stop this turn, but you don't have 5 mana upon it. Yep. Let's just get rid of Emery while they're tapped down. Don't particularly want to see a Paradox Engine. If they had drawn on a land, we would have seen it this turn. Yikes. Okay, well, I mean, exile, rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. I think they lose, honestly. Just to be sure. Cash in our commander. Can't pay 5. GG. How's it going, guys? We are back with a different deck. Teferi. I played the first game of it. I thought to myself, I should check when Edge of Eternity comes out so that I don't have a backlog of videos to worry about. And so I decided to do something funky in that time because I have 3 videos, 3 decks prepared basically. They're not topical at all to Edge of Eternities, but they're just going to sit around for nearly a month if I don't use them in any video content. So we'll do a game of each. It's a weird one, I know, but and it looks like it's not. We're gonna see why we don't do it. Because if you get mana screwed, the deck doesn't do anything. Yikes. Okay, well, elves have killed us. We know this now. We might do. Can we do that? I'm thinking of doing 1 win with each deck. that could take a long time, and don't know if it would even work. Paradox Engine. We're up against another Paradox Engine deck? What is going on, Arena? How if I got thrown into a Paradox Engine? Yes, very cool. I'm taking so much damage. And if I don't draw land, we're just dead, so we can see. Well, we are just dead. Yikes. Well, right back. We are back for a game number 2 on deck 2. Another mana screw. I have kept this, but we do have a mana rock. I don't know how I kept this. Free mulligan? Yeah, that's much better. Little slow, but I will keep it. We can get a red surveil land. Red-white surveil land. Elegant Parlor, I believe. I've been sitting on these decks for like 3 days at this point. Getting ready to record as the backlog worked its way through. And, no Elegant Parlor. Well, that makes me sad. I've been sitting on them, and I've been thinking to just sit down and record all 3 of them. That was my plan. But it turns out that, I do want an Iron Crag. It'll be okay for next turn. Yeah, it turns out I looked at the store, because we got the store update today. And, it said it comes out on the 29th, and I have videos up until the 28th already. So, we only have 1 video slot left. We have 3 decks we want to do things with. Might as well make it happen. Plus, it's a change of pace. Like, we've been doing very formulaic stuff for quite a while, so I do like a change. And it lets me talk about Edge of Eternity without getting stuck in on all the nuances of piloting the same deck, right? We're just going through a gauntlet. If we fail, we fail. There's no, well, I guess this deck got a second chance, but that was mainly Mana Screw. Edge of Eternities seems like a very fun set. I don't really like the space stations that much, but the fact that they are an odd thing that adds charge counters could be fun. Bahamut. How did we cast that? With this? But we returned it. Okay, well. Land to hand. Next one we can get down. Well, if we get a land, we can get down. We could actually mastery to get rid of that. The problem is, I feel like we just lose if we don't have something on the board. Maybe we ask our opponent to deal with us a little bit more, and then we devastate. Real good at milling over there. My lands are also an issue. If I devastate, the mana rock has been keeping me in the game. It just disappears. All non-creature permanents. Odd, odd, even. We do this. We go up to 6. Then we can odd. Take up again. Sure. No melding to be had. I want to get up to down to Exarch or Exus, and then throw everything we have into this blast. My main goal is to keep. Well, Elspeth dies anyways. We are quite screwed. Too much recycling, not enough graveyard hate. Although, technically have more things, right? 7, 8. Well, we have more things that are available. Yep. Turtle? I mean, this is going to send us to the Stone Age. Things must be done. We can't even do the full price. That is not good. Might as well One Ring. When in doubt, One Ring saves you all the trouble of thinking. Maybe now we can get a good surveil land. I need a white land, unfortunately, for the big kaboom. That's gonna destroy me as much as it destroys my opponents. Yeah, none of the rocks matter at this point. We have enough enough intel to actually get there. Yikes. Guess we're doing the... Can't do the other one. I was gonna do the other one. We can't do the other one. Mill? Do we mill our opponent out? Is that the plan? We have one more deck to get through. So, unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna get a win with this one at this rate. It was fun trying, though. Alright, there's a pathway. 5, 7? So this will destroy all non-creature, non-land permanents. That'll get rid of Chimnel and the enchantment. And then we block with our 7 boys. And go from there. Can't block with our 7 boys at tap. Oh, blot out the sky. Why are you bad? We are dead. I remember you being better than you were brought up, Sky, but I'm clearly mistaken. Man, I should be running a Bajuka Bog. A Bajuka Bog would have been nice. So the idea behind this deck was because I built the Teferi deck and it ended up just being Wrath Tribal. But I thought, is there any color combination that does Wrath Tribal better? And I thought Mardu probably could. So I built the deck around having a Mardu Legend that loved spells. And we are back with our final commander of the day, Yargle and Multani. Big Fetchland Deathrite Shaman. Living the dream. Living the dream. We got a couple more power matter things, which is the ideal. Oh, a win. A free win. We'll take it. And we are back. Yeah, sometimes we'll go behind the curtain a bit. Sometimes when I'm building decks, because I generally build around new commanders, but sometimes the commander is chosen because I want to build around that specific commander, or sometimes it's chosen because there are cards in the archetype that I want to build around. It's similar to the top-down, top-up approach that Wizards uses to design cards sometimes. In my mind, it's similar in look at me ramble. Similar in that the direction the deck takes is either decided. It's all decided in the beginning, and it's either decided by whether or not I want the commander or whether or not I want the archetype, right? So if we're building around the archetype, like in this particular deck, we build around power matters, right? And we have a reanimation sub theme. We have a lot of cards that care about having large powers. The most recent one we got was from. We got a couple here and there, a couple cards that are just like target creature deals its power damage to whatever, right? Another creature your opponent controls. Those cards aren't all that interesting, but we do have a couple of other niche things that show up here and there, like our old buddy Hydra here, who is a creature that gives you a benefit when it dies equal to its power. And we're up against Arcades. That's why we have not been feeling the pressure. Yikes. Okay, well, Old Stick Fingers is in the bin. Yeah. This is one of the cards I was thinking of. Until the end of turn, target creature gets +1/+1, and when it dies, put a number of counters equal to it on another target creature, right? So if we targeted Yargle and Multani with it, sacked it off to a Whisper, some other similar effect, creature tokens. Okay, well, that's no good for me. 0. So they're not doing it any more times than they have to. Fair enough. If we cast that on Yargle, sack Yargle, we could put 18 counters on our Hydra, and then I do want it on the battlefield. A little bit early, and it might die before it gets to do its thing, but I do want it there. Because we need our commander out for us to actually start getting value. Which is weird, because we built the archetype up from the bottom. We could technically get value off other creatures that have high power, like Shelob, but when you have an 18/6 sitting there, it's just too tempting. That's why he's always my go-to for this particular type of archetype. Boy, our Arcadian opponent is just living the dream. We really haven't affected them in any meaningful way. To be fair, we're black mana off. We played our ramp early, but we didn't choose to use it. And the result is that we are just kind of in the lurch. Ouch. Uh-huh. Attack off those two. I think we're dead is the problem. We have a rat. It's too slow for us to get any meaningful value out of it at this point. We didn't even... Well, we milled Vraska. Vraska's kind of okay. Yeah. You know you're losing when your bant opponent has left practically all their mana up. Did they? No, they didn't. This is their turn. What am I talking about? You're going insane. Keeper? Hmm. 1/1 bird? I didn't get to see how many birds there are, our opponent. 7. Okay, well. Not as many as we would have liked, but a good amount, all things considered. 1 ring, okay. They are not unblockable anymore. They got pumped. What is pumping them? This. This turtle is pumping them. Block there, block there, block there. Take 11? Yeah, that seems about right. We go up a little bit. Now, opponent, hear me out. I don't have enough mana for both. It would be nice to mill that many, but... Yeah, I just simply cannot wait, unfortunately. I think we're getting countered. Are we getting free countered? Not free countered, but might as well have been. GG. Yeah, I guess we had fun. Walls is walls. We are at 22 minutes. I don't want to make this video too much longer, but I did want a win. We'll go for it. All right. We are back for game number 5, I guess. A quite rare occurrence, but I need to give Multani a chance. We needed to give it a chance. 1 ring it. Do you do anything? You don't do anything that I want, but... We'll hold up Golgari Charm. It probably won't be significant, but could be. Yeah, sure. No enchantments to destroy. No nerfing to be had. I bet our opponent would like to have our Finware. We do like our Finware because he's going to get us another black source so that the last game does not repeat itself. When I have to pay the 3 mana at once, I know how to do it. When I have to pay it in 2 installments, boy, does it get too complicated. Because the 1 mana spell is literally just 3 mana, put a land on the battlefield. But for some reason, it feels nicer because you can pay it in installments. But it isn't, because half the time you forget to pay for it. And it just sits there looking silly. Destroy target enchantment. That one. I mean, this has been systematic. Our hand is looking like gas. 2/3 Death Toucher. No creatures in the graveyard yet, but we could get some this turn. She's back. I wish you encounter you made her uncounterable. Creature and enchantment spells you control cannot be countered. Very good card. I do. Get down Genova, Ancient Calamity, because that's a very good card. She does more synergize towards counters, but rude. Now, we've played Garnet on the channel. She hits like an absolute truck. So I am a little bit worried. Although the good thing about her is that she I was gonna say there were good things, but there aren't any. Grab our Fenrir back. Have our opponent sack off the spinner. There's nothing for this target, so its ability blanks. Although it won't. Bad things have already begun to happen. I mean, we can kill the satyr. Does killing the satyr actually do anything? I don't know. Maybe. Another black land. My ring bearer is this one. My wrath goes away. Yeah, a fairly predictable outcome. If only I had predicted it, we wouldn't have played it, but such is life, unfortunately. That means we're ECD locked, which is a rare occurrence to be in, but we are there. Yep. I mean, we could draw cards off of him eventually, but keeping our life total high enough that we don't just die is probably necessary. To ability. Do I survive? Probably not. One additional removal spell kills me. 4 damage to any target. That is it. GG. Capped. Oh, well, we would have survived, but we would have died eventually. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. I will see you next time. Bye for now.